Hi everybody and welcome to my first BTS of my Maze at Me Toys series. Today I'm filming day one of a new series and it's going to be a four-legged something. If you've never watched one of my series before, essentially over the next few weeks or days or depending how long it takes me to finish, I post every single day a little snippet of me creating this magical figure. I don't say what I'm making until the very last day. I highly encourage everybody to guess along the way. It's a super fun game and it causes some really great conversation. So, as I mentioned, today is day one. I'm doing the entire series in pajamas. So, I'm gonna have my DJI camera propped up in this corner throughout the series, and I'm gonna let you see a little bit more of the behind the scenes because typically I usually only post short videos that are maybe like a minute to I'm getting a foot cramp. Anyways, I usually only post videos that are about a minute to maximum 3 minutes on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts. So I just want to post a little bit longer of a video so that you can get more footage. So, gonna get my tripod set up. So, let's get into it. Also, I record all footage on my iPhone. I just got the 17 Pro Max, but before I was using the 15 Pro Max. So everything up until my Bunny series, I was using 15 Pro Max, and now everything after I'm using my 17 Pro Max. And I actually prefer this for making content. It's so easy. Everything's in my hand. If I'm like out on the road and just need to see something quickly, it's already here in my phone. And yeah, I just think it's a lot more convenient and the quality is spectacular. So I'm going to set this up on my tripod. Also, I use my Apple Watch to record videos. That way I don't have to get up and press record every single time. It just makes it so easy for me. I literally just press the dial. There it is. So, I just realized that I actually have no idea what I'm doing. I also don't know where my Apple Pencil is. I made my concept sheet like 2 weeks ago and I haven't looked at it since. Okay, I'm gonna break it up into pieces. I'm gonna start with the very bottom of the foot and then work my way from there. I just have to start somewhere. Yeah, okay. All right. Before I get started, I have to turn on the TV because I need to watch something. But something that's not too distracting. So I'm thinking maybe Desperate Housewives because I haven't started that yet, but I've heard amazing things about it. So I just got the bottom of the first foot done. I already took the measurements and now I'm going to draw out a circle, well, 4 circles on my plywood. I'm not going to cut them out just yet though because I want to build it up just a little bit just to make sure that it's the size that I want it to be. However, I'm making it about 15 stitches around less than my elephant feet because that elephant was not supposed to be that big. And I don't want this to be as big as the elephant. So I'm making the feet a little bit smaller. Also because this thing has smaller feet than an elephant. So I'm going to now get my plywood, draw out my circles, and then I'm going to leave it for a bit. Also, this piece was not commissioned. The elephant was. So I'm going to have to store this until I figure out what I'm doing with it or unless somebody buys it. So yeah, being mindful of the after situation, I'm trying to make it smaller than the elephant, but still like a significant size. So, to the plywood! I need to move this box. Oh. And after I'm done making my marks, I am going to take my drill. I'm just gonna make one more right here. I'm gonna take my drill and put a nail in the center of my circle, and then I'm going to wrap a piece of string around the pen and draw a circle. So I'm just using that as a compass. Taking my screws, put it in the middle. Oops. Every time that I do this, I end up like, it's like I need to like release some tension at the same time. Okay, that was done like so wrong. This is a mess, but nonetheless, I'm gonna grab my Sharpie and I'm just gonna kind of follow something. This is gonna be horrible to cut out. I already know it. Like, it's so bumpy. And like, this piece of ply wasn't even outside. It was literally under my couch because I made a crate with it in April. When I made a 6 foot tall statue. And yeah, it's not even like it was outside. If it was outside, I would understand why it's like this, but it wasn't even outside. Okay. Somebody asked me before why I signed my name, and honestly, I just feel like it. Okay, so that's number 1. Oh, God, I don't want to do that again. I just want to make sure that it's gonna like make sense before, because like this looks big. This looks a little big. Like it's the right size, but it just honestly, it'll be fine. It's always fine. Am I drawing 4 more? Yeah, I think I should. I low-key think I should, but I also feel like I can find something that's like the same diameter around the house so that I don't have to trace it. Okay, so I just realized that I actually don't need to find something to create a stencil. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to cut out the first one and then use it as a stencil to draw out the other 3. Because I think that will make the most sense and it's going to be the most accurate. Because usually when I cut, it's not like the exact same as the stencil. Like I'm using a jigsaw and I am untrained. I just cut 4 pieces of plywood. They seem pretty similar, pretty identical. I mean, I'm not mad at it at all. And technically, it's all gonna get covered up, so you really won't be able to tell even if there was like a slight difference between them. But to make my life easier, from now, I'm gonna take my brackets and I'm gonna attach them to the pieces of ply so that I don't have to do it after. My little tool bag. I'm gonna get my, I believe it's called a hex bit. I need to get my thinner one. Honestly, I don't even need to do that right now because I could just use a nail and do it with a nail. Okay, I'm gonna put my glasses back on, my battery onto my drill, and I'm gonna show this to the camera. I need the wood to come out of the back because the front needs to be angled. And I am going to mark just the outline of my bracket, and I need this to be the back, that's going to be the front. It might make sense because I don't have any screws that are, how was I doing this before? I don't even think I've done this before. Now that I'm like, because when I did my bunny series, I even said in my series, I'm like, I don't remember how I did this before. Yeah, because I don't think I've done it before. Because I'm thinking that I need to put screws through and then screws up. But when I did my elephant, I just used screws and went straight up. So I didn't use a bracket on the bottom of the foot. I used 5 screws to attach a 4x4 to a piece of ply. But this is a, what is this, like a 1/2 inch? Or like 5/8 piece of ply. I don't have any screws that are 5/8. So they just need to go straight up. Meaning that I can't attach the bracket until I put the 2x4 on it, but I'm not going to put the 2x4 on it right now. So I'm just going to put my holes. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Oh, but a hex bit would be so easy for this. So much easier. I'm going to have to find it. So I'm going to replace that. Ouch. In here. And I'm going to go through, but let me press record and get the stuff out of the frame. It actually might make more sense for me to literally just mark on the wood what I'm doing. Perfect. Okay. Okay, so I just put the piece of ply that I cut into the work that I've already done, and it looks a little big. However, I feel like it'll be fine. I'm just worried about the size. I think it'll be fine. Surely it'll be fine. I mean, it's gonna work. It's gonna work. I'm gonna decrease the front and increase the back so that it goes on an angle. I don't know for how long. Oh my goodness.
I'll have to work weekends, which sucks.
So I just finished the bottom part of the foot. Yeah, that's the front and that's the back. However, I got this like super fluffy yarn. It looks like this, that I wanted to use to transition from like the foot into the leg. However, I've gotten this before and I didn't realize that I bought the 100 grams and not the 200 grams. I only bought 2 of these, so I don't have enough. So what I'm thinking instead is to transition directly into the leg and then make a separate piece of those after that wraps around the leg and I can just sew it on. That's like the best idea I have right now because I'm not going to stop on day 1 and wait for my yarn to come in because I definitely have to order more of it. So I think that that's my best bet, just to keep going and then just add it on after. You know what? Before I transition to the leg, I think it's, what time is it? It's 5 o'clock. Let's make a hojicha latte. And by the time that my latte is ready, my Apple Watch should have enough charge on it. And we can just get started on the next part, work on that for another, say like an hour or 2, and then we can wrap it up for the day. I'm going to be using my milk frother. This is from, it's an instant milk frother. I got it from Amazon. I'm using Oatly oat milk because we only do oat milk over here. No. Yeah. I'm going to put some hot water into my bowl. I'm just going to start whisking. So I usually sweeten my matcha with maple syrup because I don't like my matcha to be too sweet. But I used this oatmeal cookie creamer and it was so good. Surely this is enough. I'm gonna stop this and add some creamer. About that much. I should have added the creamer in earlier, but I didn't, so here we are. I'm gonna pour that in there. And I don't think there's a specific way you're supposed to do this, but this is just the way that I'm gonna do it to get everything all mixed up at once. Okay, recess is over. Let's get back to what we were doing. So I'm just gonna cut this brown yarn. I think this is gonna be fine. I think this is gonna be just fine. Because also considering that if I add that little, oh my god, this is big. this is big. Oh. Okay, so I think I'm done with the first leg. I'm gonna add some filling in it. It looks very rough right now, but it's kind of crazy looking at my pattern that I had. Every row is different. So this is different for me. This has got to be like the most complicated leg I've ever made. Which is also so nice to know like how far I've come, because if I was to look at a pattern like that, like even like last year, like end of last year after I've been making statues, I probably would have been a bit overwhelmed. So I'm now just gonna add some stuffing into this, get my phone recording, and wrap it up. The time is now 6:46 and I am tired. Yeah, I think I had a solid 5 hours today, but it was just a lot of like brain work. Like I can crochet for much longer when I'm not really thinking as much, but it's mentally draining because I'm like really planning it. So tomorrow it'll be a lot easier because I'm gonna make another leg the exact same way. So I just have to follow the pattern, and it will probably only take me like maybe like 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. And then at that point I could probably also just get started on the third leg. So let's add some stuffing and let's wrap this up. Honestly, anything is possible with filling, so I'm not worried. I think that this will work. I mean, regardless, it's going to be stable because I'm going to be making a table in it. So I'm not worried about the stability of it. It's more so the shape. But I think this is going to be okay. Honestly, this is going to be great because I'm also going to add that little skirt thing that I said. Anything is possible with filling, and I need to just remember that, because if I don't like how it's looking right now, I can always take filling out of some areas, add filling in other areas, and it would make it look like I increased more or decreased more in areas, so it won't be that bad. All right, final shots. Okay, that's a wrap on today. If you have a feeling that you know what I'm making, or if you just want to guess what I'm making, whether it's right or wrong, drop it in the comments below. Also, let me know if you like these behind the scenes videos. I've been meaning to make them for so long. It's just that things will get really busy and it gets really hard to do extra content. But if you stuck around to this point, thank you. I love you. I hope that I see you next time. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that jazz. And I'll see you next time. Bye.